Hi there, guys, and welcome to this interview with Jerome. He is a qualified massage therapist from New Zealand. And in this interview, Jerome is going to share his story about how he's only been in the industry for just over a year and he's completely booked out. And the cool thing is he charges really high prices. So he's going to share about how he did that, some of the biggest mistakes he's made, how he overcame them, and some of his best strategies and tips for growing his business. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll get a lot of helpful information about this. But thanks for doing this interview, Jerome.
No problem.
Yes, you want to just start telling your story? Just, I guess, because you got into massage a bit older in life,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
right.
want to tell us about that transition and what got you into it. And yeah, I'd love to hear it.
So pretty much I've always been into my health and fitness, um, and I've done massage for friends and family, basically. So just fixing them up in that way. So when the opportunity came up to start the business, jumped on that. Um, Went through a lot of challenges being a male in the industry. I didn't realize that at the time that females don't come to you. And also, there's no point being good at something if nobody knows who you are. So,
Yeah, what did you
so,
do before?
so I was actually in the financial services industry. So I was a mortgage approver. Yes, so I've done that for years and years, but just wasn't getting the satisfaction. Wanted to do something that can help people, and you can see the immediate relief, and people just love it. What I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it sounds like you probably had a really good job before. Um,
Yes.
I had the same story where I was earning very good money as an electrician working in the mines, and I left that to earn half as much, work for myself. But yeah, it's because I wanted to help people. So similar to you, I guess. But
That is
that's
about true. Yeah.
probably why like a lot of people get into massage because yeah, they just want to help people and it's more rewarding. So that's a good story.
Yeah. So it's just been like getting into like not just relaxation, but pain and injury management has kind of been my focus. So that was just carving out my niche in the market.
Mhm. So tell us
Mm.
about the transition. As you said, you ran into a few hurdles with being a male. So tell us about your story and up to now in the industry.
Sure. So basically, when I started, you're going through your friends and family, realize that they don't really come very much either. So had a few people from that side did come. They're quite loyal and still are. And also, when you advertise, people don't know who you are, so they're a little bit cautious. As I was operating from home, and still am. So I haven't moved to any rooms or anything at this stage, but I will do in the future. Um, yeah, just people getting to know you. Didn't really have much of a network. Um, yeah, and just slowly grew from that point there. So, and also there was the cost of living crisis as well. So as I started to get going, then all of a sudden it just kind of stopped. It came to a grinding halt, and I was like, whoa. So that was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best time to get into massage, which is it's a disposable, it's a luxury really, right, for most people.
Yes,
So
they see you when they're very broken.
you've had a few headwinds, bad time to get into it
Um,
with the economy and then mail. So
that's right. it- I was doing I was doing a few different courses. Like I joined a networking group and doing a few different self-development courses as well. And while they were good, it wasn't like when I saw the massage therapy success academy. So basically it was like my niche, obviously. And yeah, took a chance on what you offered there. So it was pretty low risk in that sense. So very easy. Um, Kind of a no-brainer on how to implement it. I've still got to go through there's lots of stuff I haven't done, which I can still use. So there's lots of resources that I can use to dig down deeper when I need to.
yeah, that's good. I was going to mention that anyone listening, that Jerome's a member of my Massage Therapist Success Academy and came in for a $1 trial, which
Yep.
pretty good offer. And yeah, if you want, just give us a quick overview of, how that changed the trajectory of your business and what you did, what helped the most.
Yeah, so it's pretty obviously low risk. Just to get set up through the templates was pretty easy, and there's a bit of support there as well. Um, when I launched it, I still had to tweak it a little bit, but basically ran the same ad as what you do as per template, and that worked a treat. And it's just from that, even though you do get like there's discounts and so forth, and you do get tie kickers and people that you'll never please in regards for price. Um, it created a good database to keep going from where I was at that point to move forward. So I've got some loyal clients from that have referred other people and so on, and the value from that's it's invaluable um, because you create different connections through those people as well.
Mhm.
Mm.
Especially when you actually genuinely do a great job. Like I know from
Yep.
speaking to you over the last few months that you are continually studying and trying to be the best massage therapist around,
Yes.
right? That's your goal.
Correct. Yep.
Um,
Indeed.
and your knowledge is a lot better than probably a lot of others in the industry, which I always say, like, you have to try and be the best. But I know heaps of people like similar to you, like your situation, where very skilled, very knowledgeable, still struggling to grow, you know? So
Okay.
yeah. So the
It's been
marketing.
using Yeah, it's been using the knowledge. So like there's lots of videos out there.
Mhm.
It's working out what's good, what's not, doing study as well. Like I've done sports massage courses and myofascial release. Those are all great to add on to your skill base. Um, but you've got to keep that going to get new clients in the door. So it's using your program to cement for referrals. So I've got really, really good at asking for referrals and rebooking as well. So that's probably some of the key factors for myself. Even I had a whole batch of new clients over the weekend, um, and some of that was from just networking and through Grapevine, Facebook Grapevine groups.
Mhm.
People recommended me through there,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's all of them. So 4 out of 5 have rebooked type of thing. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy. So it's a whole new added onto my database.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's cool. So I guess if we skip ahead a few questions and we can go back, but
Yep.
the three best strategies that you've used to grow and get more clients, it sounds like one, social media ads. Is that right?
Yes, that's
Um,
right.
how have your first few ads gone? Would you say like how many new clients did you get in the first month of using my templates?
Um, when I've done my pass ads myself, I was very, very low, as honestly. So your ads do work. When I've got that through, I probably got about 20 clients in a couple of weeks. So that was enough to get that going, filtering through. And there's other stragglers that keep coming through. So it's a matter of following up as well. So it's not just trying them once, it's not twice, but 3 or 4 times. And people have a lot going on in their lives. So it's using your strategies as well, they could. So definitely.
So that's important. Yeah. So the ads and then the follow-up, so important. And then, okay, so you've done the referral stuff as well, where you're getting systematically asking for referrals in the right way. That's helped a lot.
Yes. Like people ask for their family, friends, because if they're happy, you got to capitalize on that happiness as well. And it's hard for people to find good people as well. So um, I've got someone that lives about 25 kilometers away, or probably a little bit more, and that's how far she'll come. But although she tells her friends and family, they say it's too far, but she
Yeah.
goes, no, but he's different.
Yeah.
So, um, but it just solidifies through the program of the referrals,
Mhm.
asking for those, rebooking.
Yeah.
Some other things I do is it's only small, but I'd give them a bottle of water at the end. So I've got a supply of water that they take away with them, and also I follow up the next day with them as well. So
Nice.
I'd say, how was your massage? And those are the things that for myself works very well for my clients.
That's great. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so social media ads done right and referrals and rebooking. Did the rebooking training systems in the academy help you a lot, or what were you doing differently back then that you do more of now, if it's helped?
Um, it's also it probably gave me the confidence more so to do it, where I was kind of asking, "Oh, would you like to rebook?"
Mhm.
Like, "Oh, would you?" with a question mark, as if saying, when should we rebook? So yeah, that's the key thing. So some of those strategies is a bit where you following up. When you're asking for the referrals, it's on the assumption that should we do this for a month or would you like to be sooner? So you give them two options, but one of them is not no.
Yeah.
So so
Yeah.
and and if that they'll either say if they're not happy, they'll hesitate, or if you see them not sure, might be budget, and you say, or just book when you're. I understand budgets, funds can be a problem.
Yeah.
Is it better if we book it out a bit further?
Yeah, that's good. And you have to have the confidence to do that, right? You can't say it in a timid way. You have to be, like I talk about, like it's all about your mindset
Correct.
and
Yep.
how you approach talking to someone because you're the expert
Yes.
and you know
Indeed.
you
So,
can help them. Yeah.
yep,
So,
indeed.
and that comes
So,
from your skill. Sorry to keep
that's
talking over you.
oh, sorry. So yeah, that's helped. So it's probably like installed a bit of confidence in how I approach it. So
Yep.
you've got the skills, you know what you're doing. It just makes sure that you do those things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a whole system, and a lot of therapists do a lot maybe right, but they miss a couple things. So, what a couple changes for you makes a big difference, and other things make a difference for other people. So it's good. I'm happy that helped you. And next, I think you're focusing on reactivation next, which I don't know if you've done much of, but
Yes.
I really like
No.
that.
No, I still need to go through that side. So I do know there's some people that's dropped off, and I do need to revisit that module on how to do that because there's still some good clients that were more regular, and people drop off for different reasons. And then I think if you're not on top of people's mind as well, seeing them all the time, then they do forget. So it's
Yeah.
just to reactivate and see what's going on there.
And
So I'll get back into the module. Yeah,
because
definitely.
because you're pretty new, you don't have a ton of past clients, but over time they'll build up, and that database becomes more valuable for you as a source to go back to and contact and check in with. And that's
Indeed.
it's free. I mean, it just takes time, but it's a good way. And like I always say to people, you got to create a system of marketing. It's not just one thing, right? It's not just ads,
That's right.
but it's like you do
No,
a bunch of stuff and they're all like little streams leading to a lake.
yeah, that's correct. It's using like you need the lead to come through first, and that's what your system does, or the academy does. So it gives them the opportunity. I've played around with different discounts as well, um, not given as much, and it does drop off quite a lot. So initially, to get things going, it is a big discount, and you think, but some money's better than no money. Um, and that's normally the crunch point. So once you start getting momentum, then you can just stop reducing as much, or you just do one at the discounted price and then
Yeah.
go back to your normal price. And it's more so once they know they're good and you can help them, then you can go back to your original price, which is what I've done.
Yeah, that's important. Because I know a lot of people don't like discounts, but they happy to provide free chair massages, which is a 100% discount. So, but they don't want to offer like 30 or 40% off, which still makes you money. I don't get it when like
Mm,
every other brand in the world offers discounts. Like everyone has sales, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like, but in
So,
a lot of people like
so
want to offer a discount.
it's trying to like whether you give discounts or some time, it's working out which one works better. So initially it might be the discount to get them through. You might say if you refer someone through, I'll give you another 30 minutes or I'll give you a discount off.
Yeah.
Or I do like a three-pack package, for example, which is slightly discounted. And people go, oh, yep, that makes sense. So it's trying to, and with that's worked really well because that's committed to them coming back another couple of times.
Yep.
and they'll do that within a shorter time frame.
Mhm.
So the value of that client would be more in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because even add-ons, people say, "Oh, I don't want to do a discount, but I'll do like a 30-minute add-on for free." Like that's still a
Yeah.
discount. So it's it's all good, but I'm glad it's working
That's
for you. And so tell us a bit about some of the biggest challenges that you've had since you started that you've overcome.
I suppose that it's really just clients through the door. Some of them have been through cancellations as well, so enforcing maybe cancellation fees.
What
It's
have you done
just
with cancellation fees? What have you settled on? Do you pre-charge them a portion or take it?
um,
You do now.
I so I've got a when someone makes an online booking for the first time, it'll ask for a deposit.
Mhm.
Depending on how quickly they've booked or where they've come from, will be how I decide whether to charge that deposit or not.
Mhm.
Some people just pay it flat out, and that's fine. Some people will just say no, just if it's within a short period of time, I'll just leave it there. Cancellation fees, it's part of when they book as well online. It says there's a 50% just cancellation fee,
Mhm.
so it's all there in black and white. So
Mhm.
from the start. So if they don't, if like some people might come to you and then they'll miss the next one, and sure, I might lose a customer by charging that fee, but I'd rather do that than lose money in time because it takes effort to set up each client.
100%.
Um,
Yeah, there's
so
different schools of thought. Sorry, what was that, Jerome?
oh no, there you go. That's right.
I was saying there's different schools of thoughts, and when we started our massage clinic, we did not. We stopped charging a deposit because we just wanted to get people in, and because we thought not many people really canceled, and it was stopping people from booking. But then over time, we started doing the credit card on file and all that. But it
Yeah,
depends how many clients you want because we were growing really fast and we had 7 rooms and like 12 therapists at one point. And so we just had to get as many bookings in as possible. But then over time, we got more well known and people knew us. So they didn't not trust us to give us their cards. You know what I mean? Because if you're a solo therapist, it,
yep.
it it's hard to get trust for someone to give you their credit card or put it in online. So but yeah, there's different ways to do it. So there's no right or wrong with that, I don't think. So just want to take a second to ask you for a small favor. If you're finding this video helpful, if you could just tap the like button underneath it, I'd be really grateful. That will tell the YouTube algorithm to share this video with more massage therapists around the world. And hopefully that will help them all earn more income, which is what they deserve. Thanks for helping.
Yeah, so when I was doing the discount, I wasn't charging the deposit because it was almost the same value. um, and so I just let that slide. I just wanted to see what the response was. If people were changing their appointment times a bit, then I'd ask for the deposit, and that would weed them out pretty quickly for the people that were never going to show up. So for the most part, when I was doing discounts, I didn't enforce the deposit at all. Yeah, that's the way. As you said, make it as easy as possible to get them in the door, and fingers crossed that they turn up. Yeah.
Yeah. But as you get
Um,
closer and closer to being at capacity, I think you said last week you did 23 sessions. Yeah, you
yes.
can be a bit more picky and put the deposit requirement in, and because you're not looking for a lot of clients anymore.
No, no. So like the most I've done is 27. So it ranges from high teens to 27, basically. So um, and I'd rather be around that between 20 and 25 as the maximum my fingers will work.
100%.
um, but yeah, that works well for me.
That's good.
Um,
What are some other challenges that you've found?
um, challenges is just making sure that you listen to people as well. So people all have different expectations. So I make sure that I do listen to people. That's probably a must. Like I went for a massage somewhere else once and just recently, and I said I had a sore shoulder. They did everywhere but my shoulder, and I left with a sore shoulder. um, so I clarify with the client whether they want me to focus mainly on that area.
Mhm.
So if they want a whole body massage or top half, it'll just be the top half, but most of the session on that area of pain or discomfort.
I like
So that it's just making sure I listen. So it wasn't really a challenge, but just making sure you listen to people. Um, yeah, would be the biggest one there. Um,
absolutely huge. Yeah, it's so important. Is that something you build into your consultation form? You go more in depth on your questions, or what's your process
um,
with that?
so my process for consultation is more so when they turn up. So I don't have a form, so I just note it all down for my I use Clinico, is the system I use, and I just note that down there. I just talk to them about it and just note down what medications or make sure they're not allergic to coconut oil, things, just the basic stuff. If they've got any injuries I should know about that will be affected by massage, so just common sense ones. I For new clients, I get them to pay up front before the end of the session. So yeah, it's just to make sure you don't do the work and you're not left saying, "Oh, my card won't work." Mm,
Okay, that's
yeah,
really important. I mean, because I just know after speaking to so many people in the academy that the therapists who have the highest rebooking rate that I've ever heard of, they all coincidentally have the longest and most in-depth consultation process. Because it's just understanding the client's problems and making them
yeah,
feel understood too, like you actually care and you're giving them better service because you know more about their issues and what's causing them.
100%. Basically, so when I'm going through that, talking through, it's more kind of clinical style massage that I do. So and I tell them that it's not for a relax. If you want a relaxation, I'm happy to do that, but I won't do the same items. So it'll be if they've got a sore neck, because it will be something else that will lead to that. So asking them questions and like how do they sit at work, at home, sleep as I'm massaging them. So they like it because I'm taking an interest in them as well. So it creates conversation, and it's all about them. Yep. So,
100%. It's so important, But that's great that you're doing that. Okay, so biggest challenges you've had is improving your consultation. Um, what else?
it's really the leads getting people. So the biggest hurdles would be finding leads and then having a home practice. So and so to battle those two items is my Google reviews. So I make sure I ask for if people say I've done a great job, I'll be bang. Look, are you happy to do a Google review for me and send them the link
So you do
for
that
it?
with
So
a
that
follow-up, right? Yeah. So you the next day you check in and say,
next day or yep, or even sometimes that day they'll be happy as Larry. I say, oh, if I feel that they're good, I'll say, yep. Oh, do you mind if I send you a link? It just helps my business grow. So you just being upfront and yeah, that works a treat. So
nice. Because you said you've got more reviews now within a year. You said, like I spoke to you about this a few months ago. I think you've got
yeah, yeah,
more reviews now than other people who've been in your industry in your area for a lot longer, right?
correct. That's right. So it's about keep and people use recent reviews to keep it valid as well. So it keeps you fresh. So there's no point having lots of reviews. And the last one was done a year ago, for example. So I try and get at least a couple per month,
Hmm.
and that just keeps it relevant.
Hmm.
Um, and just a mixture of people. So those are all hurdles that stop people coming to A, being a male,
Yep.
coming to a home practice, just to get people comments to say the environment is safe and sound and so forth.
Oh, it's so important. And no one really talks about this, but I try to talk about it a lot now because with males especially, massage is such a trust-based service, so not only do the reviews help your Google ranking, but when someone sees your ad, like so everyone gets the same ads at once when I do the templates. And some people have huge success with it, right? But then some people don't have as much success, especially the guys sometimes. And then I go onto their page and then they've got hardly any reviews. nothing for years, and there's like hardly any posts on their page. And it, you might not think it, but you can have the best ad in the world, but you have to put yourself in your customers' shoes. Even if they
Exactly.
respond to the ad, like, so some people aren't going to opt in to the ad, but some will opt in straight away, right? But some people won't opt in first. They'll click on your page, they'll check out your page, or check out your reviews, they'll Google you before they opt in. But sometimes they'll opt in, but then they'll go check out your page and your Google and all that. So then they won't book in if it's not trustworthy. So it's a total approach to trust building, really.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's 100% on that because like it's good you brought that up as well because for my Facebook page was a bit sparse and although I had
Yeah.
items on there and some reviews on there, I wasn't consistent. So I've actually employed somebody to do this just recently, but she's doing it for 3 months and my Google ranking for my Facebook page has actually exploded as well. So when I was just doing a check the other day, so it's coming right up there and it's got the reviews. It looks professional. She's posting 3 times a week. Um, yeah, and it's a bit much better job than I could ever do. So it's though, and it was relatively cheap. So um, looking to people that can help you do what you can't as well. That's important. So that's a good hurdle, yes, that I've overcome. So the credibility side, the credibility, it just adds to that.
100%. Yeah. Because
Um,
even if you run an ad, and sometimes people run ads and they just can't get many bookings from the ad. And that's probably just because they've gone to your page and looked and gone like, is this even a real business? This looks a bit sketchy. So yeah, no, you're on the right track with that. That's great. Um,
yeah, it's like it's, yeah, the website originally, my original business name was not a bit sketchy, but it could be taken that way. And so it took a little while to get that. So I've changed my name to a more professional name. Um, and the whole look as well. So they had the whole website redone. Well, this it still needs work on it, but the main guts of it is there. Plus the Facebook page creates like, as you say, people will buy some things on cheap,
mhm.
but other people will check you out before they come as well. So they need those few items to check their boxes before they'll come and book. But now I don't have any issues with females booking online. I don't even know who they are, and they just book and come. Yeah.
And that's going to help with you asking for deposits as well. All right. So if I was going to ask, so what do you feel sets your business apart from others? Because it's a very competitive industry, and what?
Is
Yeah.
my area, there's so many of them, and I see the same person that comes up on my Facebook feed as a competitor. So it's just being consistent in the market as well, making yourself visible on the Facebook pages, being good at what you do, follow up, follow up, follow up, the next day. Those are the things that people really value, even just from the bottle of water at the end. Just so they get changed, I go out and grab a bottle of water and then come back in. They go, oh, wow, thank you. Just it's just little bits that other people may or may not do. But the follow up, I think, and trying to relate to your client
Mhm.
is the biggest value that sets me apart from other people. Yep.
Yeah, nice. Those are all great things. And just basics, that's nothing complicated, right? That's just
No,
basic level stuff. So you can actually set yourself apart in the industry with just basic stuff.
and you can find out if they're sore or not anyway from the next day. So some people are a bit sore, and I say, look, you may, and I pre-warn people as well. So you may be a bit tender, but you'll feel good, just a bit tender for a day. So those by setting the expectations, that's really helped me.
Like I've never had a massage therapist check in with me the next day.
Okay, there you go.
Have you?
Yeah, I just do it for everyone now. So
Oh,
I've just made it standard practice. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's great and I recommend it, but I've just never
Mm.
had anyone do that. And if someone
Well,
did it, it would be like, wow, this person's actually cares
it's
about
not.
me.
Yes, because most people will go to a massage place and they'll not hear from them,
Mm,
and they're not numbered. They'll keep no notes on them,
yep.
at least if you remember what they've done, then they're not so random.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Nice. And I'll just wrap up with two things. One is, where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? And I know the answer to this because we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. You
Yes.
looking to hire a therapist and get a clinic. Is that right?
Yes. So I'm looking at ways what the best option is to do that. So to make sure that if I get another therapist that they're going to be busy,
Hmm.
which obviously will be from through ads as well.
Yep.
So I've got to take into account the extra cost of those items. So that's where I'd like to go. And it shouldn't hopefully be too long. Hopefully by the end of the year, I think I should be able to manage that quite easily.
Yep. Yeah. 'Cause
Um,
we spoke about I know a lot of people ask this question, what I want to hire someone, etc. But I think my suggestion to you is just like wait till you're like are you the highest price service in the area?
no, I'm not. So I'm 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 pretty close to the top.
Yep.
I'm about midway or just over. There are people higher than me,
Mhm.
so it just depends. But for where I am, the businesses that are charging more, they're established branded ones from an office. So yeah, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So for where I am and what I do, I think I'm doing well.
And that was my suggestion to you was because it's always supply and demand, right? If you have more people trying to book in with you and you're booked out, then you can
Yep.
put your prices up. And I always say to people, you have to be one of the highest priced services in the market before you hire people because that's just going to eat so much of your income. So, because you have to pay your therapist well, you can't pay someone not well and expect them to stay around. So, you have to be very high priced. You have to have more clients wanting to book in with you than you have space for. And then you have to start writing systems and how you like things done because that's where a lot of your time is going to go as well, is training people because they're not going to be as good as you. So it's a bit of a process, yeah, but you don't want to rush into it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm starting to do as well. Just starting to document the things that I do. So when someone comes on board,
Yeah.
um, they'll know what to do and to my level as well. So
Yeah.
see, it's all
Awesome.
pretty good.
I guess the
Yeah.
only last thing I would ask is what's your advice to any other therapists if they're thinking about joining the academy or they just want more clients or yeah, what
Just
advice?
to just give it a go. Um, the academy's very cheap in that respect. Yes, it is a discount. Um, and it does seem a risk, but look, fish through it, work it out, and then you can increase your price from there. It won't hurt you to give it a go because it's got to be a better position than where you are right now, and that's how I was at that time. It was either make it or break it, and to make sure for people things you're not qualified for to do, like social media, for example, for Facebook pages, make sure you get someone else to implement the things you're not skilled at doing. But first of all, you need to get the people in the door before you can engage that as well. Definitely, and that's how you build on that success. And using the program for referrals and rebookings is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other good thing I think is like I can talk to you every week to help you as well. Like you hop on almost every
Oh,
call. So that's cool, I think.
you so you've got the video, the online video chats weekly. That's awesome as well. So just when you need to. So like the last few weeks I've been too busy to jump on, so that's a good problem to have. Um, so yeah, there's lots of support there as well. Because and that's what's good about the academy is that you're helping people move forward. And yeah, you're genuine in what you do. Yeah,
Yeah. I really appreciate your time today, Jerome, and sharing all the
not a
helpful
problem.
advice. People, hopefully someone gets something out of it. And yeah, I'm really happy to see your journey and your progression. And I just know you're going to do great things in the industry, and it's really good to see.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, good.